Welcome, everybody, to your week ahead for financial markets with me, Mike Smith, client education and trading at GO Markets, and senior analyst to lead you around what may be moving sentiment over the next few days. So let's get into it right now, hey? And of course, we saw markets bounce back after the correction, certainly on the Nasdaq, and pull back on the S&P 500 to the point where the S&P 500 is now only 1.5% from record highs again. Really, the bottom line was, and the major headline of the last week was the change in Fed expectations in terms of a rate cut that supported move back towards record highs. We do have some key data coming out this week, which may influence that thinking, of course. So the Fed will be watching big data before the FOMC meeting next week. So we've got jobs in the ADP report on Wednesday and weekly jobs on Thursday. No, and non-farm payrolls again, delayed again this month. But we do have the PCE inflation data, the Fed's favorite inflation data point, which may impact next week and January rate decisions. At this stage, there is a 0.25% rate cut priced in for December. If that happens, there's only a 0.25% chance of a rate cut in January, but of course, that data will influence that thinking, no doubt. Manufacturing data is also due today in what is a busy data week. Global PMI numbers across the board. Watch this afternoon and this evening for numbers out of the Eurozone as a whole, out of the UK, out of Germany, and of course the US tonight. That's going to give a crucial snapshot of global economic status and perhaps the impact of some of the trade differences that we're being subjected to over the last few months. A couple of charts that I thought were really worth following up on. We talked gold last week in a state of coiling for a potential up move. We saw that despite the shortened trading week, and we are seeing a breach of a key level on Friday at 4,200. Remember, we were rejecting moves beneath 40.40 when we talked last week, and you can see that breach on Friday through that 4,200. Now follow through today. That 4,400 level now looks very much on the cards at this stage. Maybe we'll pause there. Should we get continued buying pressure coming in, of course. The other chart that I wanted to have a look at was Bitcoin to follow through. We did see a little rally during the course of last week, but you can see that has given up the ghost. We saw a retracement over the weekend and a fairly significant amount of selling in Asia this morning that has dropped Bitcoin by about $4,000. Really significant drop on an Asia morning. You can see that 84,000 is a key level to watch out for. That 80,000 is the lowest price point that we hit since March earlier in this year. So if we do get a breach of 84,000, expect a potential test of 80,000. My suspicions maybe we might find a range here between 84 and 92 should we get a pause in the selling. But at this stage, we are at the lows of the session in Asia. Be interesting to see what follow through we see in Europe and the US later on today. And of course, you can keep up to date with what's happening in our live market updates on Mondays and Thursdays, streaming live at lunchtime on YouTube and GoToWebinar. And of course, there's our special deeper dive on all things trading and our inner circle sessions on Wednesday evening. It'd be fantastic to see you at either of those. Just drop me a line at mike.smith@gomarkets.com if you need the links for those. And don't forget, of course, our support team is standing by, is ready and available for platform and account assistance. Although we can't give personal financial advice, we can certainly make sure that your trading experience is as easy as it can be. So please pick up that phone if you need to. Most importantly, of course, I hope the week ahead is a good one for you guys, and we'll see you again very soon.